Hi everyone, this is Firefly Buggy, and today I decided to do something a little bit different. So, yesterday the updated roadmap for Day of Dragons came out. Now, I normally don't do updates like this where it's just like development updates. I'd rather do gameplay updates, but I decided to do this because I thought it would be a little more fun and interesting, mainly because I know some of this stuff isn't really shown outside the Discord, and this was shown in the Discord yesterday. And hopefully they're going to put it in another dev blog. I don't know, but we'll see. So I decided to show this and how it works, and for those who don't know how to use Trello, and to basically hopefully answer some questions that may be on the mind. I won't be able to answer everything, but here we go. Alright, so from left to right here, this is what's coming. So left is first, then everything to the right is what's coming after that. So right now we're focusing on the Genesis Open Beta. So you click on the in-game mechanics here, so Enlist Genesis Open Beta. They don't have a description, but this is really cool. It shows you what mechanics are in and what is almost done. So all the mechanics are almost done except for the bile attack, which is obviously probably what they're working on next. And then it tells you its release schedule. So it's in the closed testing phase right now. It's only 33% done, which is the closed testing. When it gets to the beta testing branch, that might mean it'll be soon, and then it'll go to live release, which is the open test. Which that will be really cool. So that is almost done, and that's just letting you know what's been updated. This is neat. I love how this is organized. This is fantastic. So this is for the open beta. These are just the mechanics, though. So the main mechanic they're working on next is the bile attack. They obviously got flight in there. It says flight 2.0. They got a new nesting system, a new genetics thing, stats and skins, clan system, new group, new chat, social panel, character panel, compass and waypoints. Oh, they're adding a compass. Oh, wait, no, they already have that. Okay, mutation points, AI system, player kill logging. And, so yeah, that's for the in-game mechanics, my goodness. Then you move downward, you see there's more stuff. So this is all that's coming in the Genesis Open Beta, which they're also aiming for to be either the late this month or the end of this month or early July. They're aiming for it. Doesn't mean they're going to be able to make it. Subjects changed, all that good stuff. So next on there they got the Forgotten Forest biome, which, see if I could get a bigger look at that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I think that's very pretty. So this is a checklist for that. They have a height map already. They got the center lake. They got the AI spawn points, drinkable puddles, theme music. They're going to do update 1. I don't really know what that means. I guess that means they're going to add more stuff to make it less open. A day and night cycle polish, which would be great. Lighting enhancement, ambient sound updates, so maybe they'll add night sounds, who knows. Environment updates. Again, maybe adding more stuff to the map, I don't know. So there's that, and they're halfway done with that, which is pretty neat. Alright, the Acid Spitter Drake is pretty much complete. We all know this. This was the old concept art from it. You can see the differences, or some of the differences from the actual model. So the model's done, animation's done, baby animations are done. Mechanics, the bile attack, and the status effects are still being worked on, and then the sounds for the bile attack are being worked on. Skins are done for now, and the visual effects for the bile attack and the special are done. So that's what they're working on for that. They're still working on it, it's not all the way complete. And then the shadow scale, that's what you guys want. So this was the old concept art for the shadow scale, which looks really cool. I really like it, it's very pretty. But this is basically kind of the blue skin that they were wearing in the first reveal of it. It's not as fancy as this one. This is concept art, but general idea. So the model is done. Concept model, morph, iconic, the iconic skin, which is that, the rig, ragdoll, and nest model, those are done. Animations have been complete for the shadow scale. So the animations for the adult shadow scale are complete, but the baby and juvie animations are not. They have to do the flight locomotion, so when it's flying, they still need to do that. And then the being carried and struggle animations, they need to finish too. Mechanics are not done yet. They still need to do the bile attack, status effects, which is, bile attack is another word for range, so it's plasma bolts. And it's special, which I believe is its cloak. I actually got to see the first work in progress of it on Patreon, and it was really cool. The cloaking mechanic, and of course the charge. So every dragon out, before they do a ranged attack, I believe they need to actually charge up before they do it, which is very neat. Then the skins still need to be worked on. There just needs to be a spawnable skin set. So like when you spawn in as an acid spitter, you don't just have the iconic. You have the burnt sky, you have the dark forest, dark meadow, all those good stuff. They still need to do that for the shadow scale. Now, I'm not saying like the shadow scale is going to have a burnt sky or a ginger piebald. I have no idea what the spawn skins for those are, but they need to do that. And then they need breedable skin set 1, which I'm assuming maybe just the Oreo, like how the acid spitters was just the Oreo. I don't know, or the Overo skin, whatever you want to call it. And the sounds, they still need to do the bio attack sound, the flight sound, so I guess the wings flapping, and then the charge sound. And then the VFX, the attack is done. They just haven't implemented it in yet. So that's pretty much done. So that is what is coming. Oh, what's this? Okay, they finished admin features, which that's a new admin panel, admin commands, spectator mode, all that good stuff. And then the Thornback Crawler AI, which some of us have seen, nasty little bugger, have seen on in the map and in some of the dev streams. The concept, everything's done for that. That little guy is done. So that is what's coming, hopefully later this month, like at the end of this month or beginning of July. I don't know how fast they're going. He did say in a chat yesterday when he was showing this off that they have between 9 and 11, 9 to 11 people working on their team. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That he said they had 9 to 11 people working on their team. He didn't say how. I don't know if they're like people who are remaining anonymous, which I mean I don't blame them. I mean, remaining anonymous has all kinds of protection, which is great. So I have no idea about that. I just know of like the 2 animators, one part-time, one full-time. The sound effect artist who was Simon, who did the Subnautica sounds for the creatures, which those are pretty cool. I was actually playing Subnautica the other day, and that was a lot of fun. And then, of course, the modelers, which is Gia, or modeler, which is Gia, and then Joe doing the coding, and like that's all I can pull. Oh, and Ray, who did the music, and right now that's all I can pull off the top of my head. Okay, on to the next thing. So when you're done looking at all this on this one column, you move on to the next one, which is Update 1.0 Genesis. So it'll have these in-game mechanics. Secondary attacks, they're not working on this just yet because we're focusing on the open beta part. But they're going to have more combat, like death and damage effects, generic carcasses, which is great. I've seen that on Patreon too, the carcasses that they're working on. It's really cool. Oh, that's right, Brigade also does the, Flicker does the special effects, and Brigade does the, environment assets. Some of the environment assets, at least. She's doing the nests and the fish AI. I know that much. The environment, temperature, and time zones, portals to biomes. Unlockables, an unlocking system in the Elder Dragon growth. Localization for different languages, which is nice. Quest NPCs and quest mechanics. And they're going to try to do a release schedule. The release schedule is obviously not in closed testing because they're still working on the open beta. But there's all kinds of stuff they're going to add: the Lava Lands, the Inferno Ravager, the Flame Stalker, the Magma Fire Elemental, Bulbous Spine Crab, and of course Acid Spirit Drake and the Shadow Scale. They're going to be in that one. Then once that's all smoothed out, ready to go, and they get finished with that, they're going to start working on Update 1.1, which is the helpful Herbies. And now, I know some of you are thinking this and go, okay, I paid on the Kickstarter, where's my stuff? Okay, calm down. You're going to get your stuff, alright? Starting with this helpful Herbies update. Because they're going to do an update to the Mega Map, of course, and for some in-game mechanics, such as the Singed Crest Healing and Stop Bleed mechanic, and the Nurse Genetic Enhancement mechanic, the Herbivore Diet, and the Piscivore Diet. Okay, or Piscivore Diet. I don't really know how to pronounce that. I'll have to look that later. And Nesting 2.0. So they're going to do a Mega Map update, and they're going to add the Healer Wyvern, also known as the, now officially named, the Singe Crest. This is the old concept. I saw the new concept on Patreon, and it's a lot better looking. And I think it was also shown on the Discord too, but there were major-ish changes. There's a noticeable difference when you compare it to the new model to the concept art. But the model is done for it. So you're going to get the Singe Crest Wyvern, and then they haven't made an official name, but there will be a Nurse Dragon. She also had some changes to it, which again I also saw on the Patreon, but I'm not going to spoil anything. That'll be shown later. But yes, that's what both of them will be coming to that update. And they will also be adding the Fish AI, which is made by Brigade, because the Healer Wyvern, or the Singe Crest, is a fish eater. So you'll be able to fish in the game, which will be pretty cool. Some of this stuff has already been on, Steam in their dev blogs, so you'll probably see more of these. Oh, it's called a Whiskered Paddletail. I love that, Whiskered Paddletail. Alright then, okay, I move along this way. I did this on mobile, so, okay. I'm not doing it for the first time on computer. Then after 1.1, you have the Toxic Exotics. So again, more in-game mechanics, another Mega Map update. They add a new place called the Shimmering Caverns. And then, for those who got the Bio tier or won a Bio Key, you get the Bio Dragon in this update. So the Bio Dragon, also known as the Bioluminescent Dragon, is going to be a small-ish dragon that glows in the dark, of course. And it has like a spit or something that can light up other people nearby. Also, they're herbivores. But this is the concept art for it, and they got little glowy toe beans. That was like highly requested. So they're going to be in there. And then the Micro Dragon, which is a Kickstarter exclusive. The Singe Crest, Nurse, and Micro are Kickstarter exclusives. I'll show more of those, but Kickstarters will get them immediately when they're released. And then if you did not fund the Kickstarter, or you missed it, you can unlock them, but the unlocking methods have been or are a secret right now. Nobody knows how you do it yet. But the Micro will be coming out. This is also concept art, which means the model is subject to change. The Micro will also be coming out there, and then they'll be adding a new AI called the Swamp Snapper, which of course will be semi-aquatic or aquatic, and you will find it in the waters. So be careful drinking water, because last I checked they were highly aggressive. Or they said they would. And then after that is let me scooch this down a little bit more, the Frozen World update, which is a lot of what people are waiting for. There's going to be the Mega Map update again, and then the Winter Winds biome, which will of course be a winter or ice-based map. They will have the Ice Wyvern, which is a free, listen carefully, free dragon to play as. It's like a free title update. You don't need to pay any more money or pay any money. He's going to be there right when you start up the game. He's a starter dragon. There is no official name for him yet, but this is the Ice Wyvern, and like the Inferno Ravager, he can cloak himself in ice. They are going to be like two sides of the same coin. They are yin and yang. They will cancel each other out. But yes, he will be featured in that update, which is a big deal. And then the Ice Behemoth Dragon does not have a model present or a concept present yet. He will be ready also, and is also another Kickstarter dragon that the Kickstarters will get immediately, but other people have to unlock. The Ice Behemoth will be featured in that update too, and a new AI. You guys may remember Pookie, the Sand Slayer worm from the alpha, that some people were able to play as for a bit, but was generally a terror to everybody. They added another one! They added his cousin, the Snow Slayer worm, which will be in the Frozen World, also known as the Winter Winds biome. So, if you thought you were safe in the snow, you're not. So now you have a giant, terrifying snow worm that will be chasing you around. So yay! So that will be in the Frozen World. Then next is probably one I'm really looking forward to, is the Shocking Hybrids, or Update 1.4. This will have a Mega Map update, some more in-game mechanics. The Blitz Striker Amphitheater, I haven't seen the model for this yet. I don't know if the model is done, but this is, excuse me, this is the concept art for it, and the Blitz Striker Amphitheater is going to be paid DLC like the Acid Spitter Drake was. I don't know how much. Okay, don't get mad at me. I'm just being a messenger. I don't know how much. I don't care. I'm going to get it whether you guys like it or not, because dragons. And of course, there's another thing. Another thing about these ones that are paid DLC, you don't have to buy them to play as them. So listen to this. So you don't have to buy them to play as them. And if you want to give them a shot and you don't want to spend the money, just get on the game, ask someone to nest you in, and there you go. You can play as that dragon now. No strings attached. If you want to own it and just like spawn in it as it all the time, you can pay for it. But if you don't even want to do that, you just need to ask someone to nest you in. And there you go. You got the dragon for free. It's not that bad. So, chillax. But yes, that is the Blitz Striker. And then the Hybrid Dragon, which does not have an official name yet, just the Hybrid right now. It's very popular. That guy will be coming in this update too. However, these are very special. This is a very special Kickstarter dragon. So, Kickstarters, of course, will be able to access it immediately, and the other players will have to get it by unlocking it. This one, it's kind of up in the air. I'm not too sure, but when you unlock it and then you get killed by something, you have to unlock this one again, because they want to make this guy kind of almost like the ultimate being in a sort of sense. I don't know. I don't really know what the idea was behind it, but it you have to unlock him again if you're not a Kickstarter backer and if you die as him, because he's just pretty powerful, and he's considered, excluding the Ice Behemoth, he's one of the biggest dragons to date. And he also has a very unique ability. That ability being, when you spawn in as him, you get a random bile type. So, for example, if I spawned in as him one time, he could have fire breath, but if I spawn in as another time, he could be ice. Another thing is, these guys can't breed, so you cannot ask someone to nest you in. That's no bueno. You gotta go get it yourself. And that's basically the gist of these, which is a very interesting concept. I really like that. So Hybrid Dragon is cool. Then they're going to add the Rhino AI. I guess they're calling it a Storm Beast, but I don't know if that's going to be true. But the Rhino AI is for bigger dragons who want a bigger challenge and some more food than the usual bugs. So that is the update 1.4. Next is update 1.5, the Dangerous Dunes. That, of course, will add the Desert Dunes biome. And this lovely Sand Slayer worm, which is Pookie. So this guy is pretty big. They don't have the full image on here. But this guy is huge, and yes, he's eating a flame stalker. So that Sand Slayer worm that was in the alpha, that's like baby size compared to how big these guys get. They are huge, and they're basically like boss fights or raid battles. You actually need a group of people to take them down. And, which I think is pretty fun. That would be a lot of fun. And I can imagine a lot of role players and clans clanning up to go and defeat the Sand Slayer worm. I don't know if there are any, like, bonuses you get from defeating it. I don't know if that's a thing. I might ask that later in the dev Q&A. But, it still would be a really fun thing to do, especially if you got it on recording. That would be neat. And then they add the Dune Shark, or Dune Weaver. Sorry about that. Do not know what's wrong with this one. The Dune Weaver, which is another AI that will be specific to the desert dunes. I don't know if this one's highly aggressive or not, but it does have an armored shell there, as you can see. You just... good luck with that. Good luck with that. And then they're going to add another dragon, which is the Fire Behemoth. I don't know if it's going to be a drake or a dragon. I guess that one's up in the air too, but it is coming. I believe this one is going to be paid DLC too, but I don't remember. I don't know. Like I said, I think this one they don't really have figured out yet what they're going to do with that. So that's the Dangerous Dunes update. The next is Narok Invasion. He said it yesterday and it just went right over my head. Okay, so the Narok Invasion will focus on the elementals. There's going to be a mega update, and then there will be more elementals. There's going to be a Glacier Ice elemental. Doesn't have a picture yet here. There's going to be a Thunderstorm elemental. Again, no picture. Then, the Redacted Leviathan. Now, you guys might be wondering, what the hell is the Leviathan? So, the Leviathan is a playable dragon. In Day of Dragons, you have a scale. You have 1 through 10. 1 is the smallest size, 10 is the biggest size, also known as the Terror class. 1, I think is micro. 1 or 2 is micro, I don't remember. And not all these sizes are playable classes. Not all playable classes are in these sizes. For example, Terror class is Pookie size. That's how big the Sand Slayer worm's going to be. It's going to be huge. So that's Terror class, but not playable. The Leviathan is a step down. It's the 9. it's a 9, which is going to be a massive dragon for you to fight. The behemoths are 8. The Leviathan is a 9, which is bigger. So he was saying yesterday the Leviathan is going to be amazing. He said the concept, I guess they have a concept ready to go or in the works, and they said we're going to be just wowed by it. And the Leviathan, he also said, is very good for people who like PvP. So I'm assuming this dragon is going to be really good on deathmatch servers or servers with high kill counts or wars or whatever you guys call them. Anything where it's a player versus player. These Leviathans are something you want to have. So that's pretty neat. And then there's going to be the Dev Lindworm Dragon. So what this means is, you guys may remember in the alpha there it was the buff dragon, which would jump on your back and it could make you grow faster or give you some sort of buff. That's what the Dev Lindworm Dragon does, except it's only going to be for the developers. He described it as being super tiny, almost like a leech, with 2 little legs and of course the worm-like body. It would be able to attach to players and help them grow, I guess. But yeah, that's what the Dev Lindworm Dragon does. You cannot play as one. It's exclusively for devs like Jo and Vitalia and Bad Parrot and all that good stuff. That's what it's for. Alright, so that's that one. And then the last update they have is called the Drakon Reinforcements. So the Nargoks are the elements, or elementals, and then the Drakon is the dragons. So it's going to have in-game mechanics, mega map update, a redacted dragon, a redacted wyvern, a redacted drake, and a redacted amphitheater. So that's 4 dragons coming in one update. He did say what the redacted dragon and the redacted amphitheater are. The redacted dragon is going to be an ice dragon, not to be confused with the ice wyvern, but an ice dragon, like the Flamestalker, except, ice. Of course, it's probably not going to be anything like the Flamestalker, but it's an ice dragon. Then the amphitheater is going to be a venom amphitheater, so it's going to be poisonous. It's going to be cool. I hope it really looks like a snake. I can't wait for that. But he did not say what the wyvern or the drake were going to be. So that's coming in that one. And then future concepts. So let's see here. Future concepts. Oh, okay, that's all that was down over there. And then after 1.7, he is looking into wanting to do an ocean expansion. So like sea dragons or sea anything ocean related in that sense on that expansion, but that's not going to come into like way into the future. So I hope you guys really enjoy this. I think did they put okay, yeah, they are going to add the magma elemental to the 1.0 Genesis update. I just forgot to show that off. I don't really care for the elementals, I'm just here for the dragons. But this is the roadmap. I will put the link in the description below if you guys want to check it out for yourself. It's pretty cool. It's very well organized, a lot more than what the old roadmap was, which was just a picture and just like saying this you could actually interact with. And what's really cool is you could see the progress. They'll be updating this. They're going to show us, yeah, this is like almost done. The mechanics are almost done. And that means it's just like that much closer to be playable. It's just really cool. And that's not to say like some of the stuff may not be finished and they'll still add it, but then polish it up as we go on, or as the open test goes on. I don't know. I think it's gonna be great. He did say, I think he said a while back that once this open beta section is done, everything else is going to go by fast, because then they can basically just go fast, really, because this is all just the base stuff. And then with that base stuff out of the way, they could just start adding more things because it would connect to the base stuff. That's what I understood, at least. I don't know too much about the video game mechanics and getting in there, but I am trying to learn. But yeah, this is the new roadmap, and I hope, I'm sorry, I got an itch. Under my mask. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I know this was kind of an unorthodox update, but when this open test does drop, I will play it. As I do play things that update, or I try to at least. And yeah, so I hope to see you guys there. I will of course show off the shadow scale in the next update, because that will be coming out, and I will just, and even after the shadow scale is added, I might do continuous videos as well, because hopefully there will be a lot more to see and do. There was actually already some pretty good map updates in the open test or the Kickstarters now, but I decided to wait, and I would just surprise you guys in the next video when the shadow scale is released. So with that, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope this answers some questions. If you have any other questions, I'll try to answer them as best as I can in the comment section, but like I said, I don't have the answers to everything. And with that, guys, bye-bye, and I look forward to Day of Dragons.